There's a story that's one of the top stories in the world right now with videos that have gone viral. A bishop of the ancient Church of the East, which is a sort of sect of Christianity, was just stabbed in an attack during a church service. And some young guy walks up and just starts attacking this guy. And it's an amazing scene. It happens very, very quickly. But the bishop holds up a small cross. This guy, this young man, has a knife. And the bishop has a small cross. And the bishop is totally fine. And the young man reportedly chopped his own fingers off. Because, call it a miracle, it's being reported, as a miracle, and it certainly would seem to be, the knife malfunctioned. Just as the bishop is holding up the cross to stop, the knife malfunctions. So according to authorities, the kid, he's like 15, I think, according to the news reports, chopped off one or more of his own fingers. Other people were injured. I mean, this bishop was injured. He was treated, though, for non-life-threatening injuries. But no one really knows very much about the motivations here. Because it's a 15-year-old kid, they're not releasing the name, they're not releasing much of the background, and so people are filling in the gaps. I've seen all sorts of theories, often baseless theories, on social media. So I'll just focus on two of them because they're the two that have gone the most viral. The first theory that I saw floating around social media was that this was a reprisal against the bishop because the bishop is pro-Palestine and anti-Israel. So this was a reprisal by a supporter of Israel, by a Zionist or something like that, because of preaching such as this.
I said, open the door. He said, I'm not taking the risk. I said,
this bishop is talking about a visit that he made to Gaza once.
I want to say hello to this little girl. Palestinian, Muslim girl, my sweetheart. Yeah? I don't care. This is a little angel. Stop killing little angels.
Okay, so this video has been going viral. They say, see, this is a reprisal because the bishop is not sufficiently pro-Israel enough. Now, I saw that and I said, speaking of noticing patterns and noticing the way these crimes sort of take place, I said, you don't often hear about knife attacks against clerics by the Zionists or whatever, by the pro-Israel people, but that's not, if there's going to be any pattern, it's usually going to be on the other side of that conflict. Right now, go to hallow.com/Knowles. Whether you're feeling stressed or anxious or simply seeking a moment of peace and tranquility, the Hallow app has something for you. Hallow offers an incredible range of guided meditations and prayers that are designed to help you deepen your spirituality and strengthen your connection to God. With Hallow, you can embark on a journey of exploration, diving into different themes and types of prayer and meditation. From gratitude to forgiveness, each session offers a unique experience, sparking your curiosity and deepening your spiritual understanding. Choose different lengths of meditation to fit your schedule, whether you have a few minutes or an hour. With its user-friendly interface and hundreds of guided meditations, the Hallow app has quickly become a go-to resource for people seeking spiritual growth and healing. You can download the app for free at hallow.com/Knowles, Knowles. Set prayer reminders and track your progress along the way. Hallow is truly transformative and will help you connect with your faith on a deeper level. So what are you waiting for? Download the Hallow app today at hallow.com/Knowles, Knowles. That is hallow.com/Knowles for an exclusive 3-month free trial of all 6,000 plus prayers and meditations. So then there was another theory going around with another associated clip that says that the motivation for this attack was that the bishop is anti-Islam because of preaching like this.
So Isa in Arabic is taken from the Greek word Isos, Jesus, Yeshua. But that Isa in the Quran is not the Jesus of the Bible. They've got nothing to do with one another, please. Nothing to do with it. Totally different Jesus altogether. And Mary in the Quran, nothing to do with the Holy Mother of the Bible. Absolutely not. So if somebody comes and says, like, we believe in Isa, but that Isa is not my Jesus. This person has got nothing to do with the Jesus of the Bible. Absolutely not. The Jesus in the Bible is the Son of God, is God. The Jesus in the Bible was crucified and he is the Savior and the Redeemer of the world. Do you believe in this or not? Don't tell me he's a prophet. What prophet? What am I going to do with a prophet? A prophet can't help himself, let alone help me. But it's ironic how they come back and they say that Isa went up to heaven alive and will come back alive. Muhammad is dead and rotted in the grave, yet this one went up alive, and when he comes back, he will judge the living and the dead. I just want to know, who is the judge of the living and the dead? Isn't it God? Now the other thing is, wouldn't you want to follow someone who is living instead of someone who's dead? Looks like this guy's done much better work.
Okay, so there's more to it. That's just a brief clip. And then there's the possibility that the motivation was not religious at all, that this is just some crazy kid. Because don't forget, just days ago, there was another stabbing, a mass stabbing, also in Sydney, Australia, as this stabbing was. And the perpetrator, according to reports, was just some crazy guy who was upset that he couldn't get a girlfriend and decided to go out and kill people and stab a lot of other people. So we don't know. We don't know. And because of the age of the perpetrator here, we're probably not going to get a ton of details. So which is it? So the stabber is a pro-Israel. He didn't really look like a pro-Israel guy. Let's put it that way. Is the stabber a Muslim terrorist? I guess I have my suspicions, just judging by how these events usually occur. Or is the attacker not motivated by any religion at all? He's just a crazy guy who wanted to go out and stab a bishop one day. We don't really know. So what's the main takeaway here? The main takeaway is something that we often forget, which is that bishops are under attack. Priests are under attack. Christians broadly are under attack. In the West, how many churches have been burned down by arsonists in Canada, in Europe, even in America, have been attacked in just the past few years based on lies? Remember the lie in Canada that Catholic schools were murdering indigenous Indian children 100 or 200 years ago? There was that lie. It was completely made up based on false mass graves that they supposedly found. How many attacks on the churches in Europe? How many? Right now, there's a genocide that is beginning in Armenia, fueled by the Azerbaijanis growing out of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. After 100 years ago, there was a Muslim genocide of Christian Armenians. We call it the Armenian Genocide. A reminder that much as you hear about, the plight of all sorts of other religious groups, Christianity is and remains the most persecuted religious group in the world, according to any survey that you could take on the subject. And often it goes unnoticed. That was really good, wasn't it? We agree. Now make sure you ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel, and we will see you next time.